titled My Father Goes to Court and was published in 1943. It was about the two different families and how they are living their lives. When I was 4, I lived with my mother and father in a small town on the island of Luzon. Father's farm had been destroyed in 1918 by one of our sudden Philippine floods. So several years afterwards, we all lived in the town, though he preferred living in the country. We had as a next-door neighbor a very rich woman, whose daughter seldom came out of the house. While we played and sang in the sun, her children stayed inside and kept the windows closed. Her house was so tall that her children could look in the window of our house and watch us play, slept or ate when there was any food in the house to eat.
Yaya! Good morning, ma'am.
Finally, we have successfully bought this beautiful house, which will serve our home to our family and our generation long.
This is such an expensive and elegant house. Your taste is always on point, Mother. I can wait to make a lot of good memories here.
Enjoy, honey. This is also your property.
Now this rich woman's servants were always frying and cooking something good, and the aroma of the food was wafted down to us from the windows of the big house. We hung about and took all the wonderful smells of the food into our beings. Sometimes in the morning, our whole family stood outside the windows of the rich woman's house and listened to the musical sizzling of thick strips of bacon or ham. I can remember one afternoon when our neighbor servants roasted 3 chickens. The chickens were young and tender, and the fat that dripped into the burning coals gave off an enchanting odor. We watched the servants turn the beautiful birds and inhaled the heavenly spirit that drifted out to us.
This is the mouth. This is I wanted to be cooked. My madam will surely love this one.
Mom, wait for me. I'm going to catch you.
No, you will never able to catch me.
Wait, do you sense that smell?
Smell? That smells so unique. I'm sure that food tastes good and savory.
I really wish we could taste it too.
Soon.
I can run faster from you. Just watch.
Maybe I bet you're going to lose again this time.
I wonder how it feels like to have friends outside this gigantic yet lonely house. I want to experience fun too. Maybe I should ask for my mother's permission to go outside.
Mother, I would like to go out of the house and play with the kids in our neighborhood. Would you please allow me to do so?
What are you talking about?
Why? Is something wrong, Mother?
Are you out of your mind? Listen, my child. For wealthy and powerful people like us, hanging out with lowly and poor was never an option.
Mom, can you please hand me the towel?
Don't tell me you're already done with playing with the water. Let's stay here some more time.
Alright, the sun is scorching hot too. Let's play again under the sun after this.
That sounds interesting.
As time went on, The rich woman's child became thick and anemic, while we grew even more robust and full of life. Our faces were bright and rosy, but theirs were pale and sad. The rich woman started to cough.
How is my daughter?
She is not doing well still, madam. It's been days. We have already consulted a licensed physician.
I can't believe this is happening. We are rich and prosperous ones. They are poor and barely surviving. How come they are happier and healthier than us? There is something wrong. I will never let this happen.
From that day on, the windows of our neighbor's house were always closed. Her child did not came out anymore. We could still hear the servants cooking in the kitchen. And no matter how tight the windows were shut, the aroma of the food came to us in the wind and drifted gratuitously into our house. One morning, a policeman from the presidential came to our house with a sealed paper. The rich woman had filed a complaint against us. Father took me with him when he went to the town clerk and asked him what it was about. He told Father the woman claimed that for years we had been stealing the spirit of his wealth and food.
Good morning. May I ask where is the father of this family?
I am here, ma'am. How can I help you? What is the meaning of this, ma'am?
We would like to invite you to our present. We just have to ask you a few questions. Someone filed a complaint against you.
Where are you going?
Don't take away Father from us.
When the day came for us to appear in court, Father brushed his old uniform and borrowed a pair of shoes. We were the first to arrive. The rich woman arrived. She had grown old and feeble. Her face was scarred with deep lines. With her was her young lawyer. Spectators came in and almost filled the chairs. The judge entered the room and sat on a high chair. We stood in a hurry and then sat down again.
Do you need a lawyer?
I don't need any lawyer, Judge.
Proceed.
Do you or do you not agree that you have been stealing the spirit of complaints, sweat, and food?
I do not.
Do you or do you not agree that while the complaint servants cooked and fried the fat legs of young breast chicken, and your family hung outside his window and inhaled the heavenly spirit of the food?
I agree.
Do you or do you not agree that while the complaints and chicken do sticky and tubercular, you and your family become strong of limb and train the complexion?
I agree.
How do you account for that?
I would like to see the children to complain, Judge.
Bring in the children of the complaint.
I should like to cross-examine the complaint.
Proceed.
Do you claim that we stole the spirit of your wealth and became a laughing family while yours become morose and sad?
Yes.
Do you claim that we stole the spirit of your food and hanging outside your windows when your servant cook it?
Yes.
Then we are going to pay you right now. May I walk to the room across the hall and stay there for a few minutes, Judge?
As you wish.
Thank you. Can you put some money? Are you ready?
Proceed.
The sweet tinkle of the coins carried beautifully in the courtroom. The spectators turned their faces toward the sound with wonder. Father came back and stood before the complaint. The rich woman opened her mouth to speak and fell to the floor without a sound. The lawyer rushed to her aid. The judge pounded his graven.
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
The spirit of the money when I shook this hat?
Yes.
Then you are paid.
Father strutted around the courtroom. The judge even came down from her high chair to shake hands with him. Okay na? I started it. The rest of us followed them soon. The spectators were laughing with us, holding their bellies and bending over the chairs. And the laughter of the judge was the loudest of all.
Case dismissed. By the way, I had an uncle who died laughing.
You like to hear my family laugh?
Why not?
Are you hear that, children?
Ay, nabayan.
After we take this film, My Father Goes to Court, we were able to understand its moral lesson. It conveys that we shouldn't base our judgment on what we see, especially in our social status. Just like in this film, the rich woman complained and accused the protagonist's father that he stole the rich family's spirit of their wealth and food for years. However, it is not the case at all. As for the protagonist's family, they lived a happy life and filled their house with laughter and happiness despite financial problems. On the other hand, the rich woman's family looks as if they were ill because they're skinny, even though they're consuming delicious and healthy foods every day that even their neighbor can smell. In addition to this, their house screams silence and they never even try to go outside and let her child play like what their neighbors are doing and bond with each other. The rich woman's family might have felt insecure and thought that they were different from the family from next door, which led her to think that their neighbor stole the spirit of her family's wealth and food. Moreover, she also concluded that her neighbor stole her wealth and food spirits because they are not wealthy unlike her. This implies that our life is what we make it. We shouldn't blame anything or anyone if our life is different than theirs. In this film, the rich woman's family, wealth and food spirit aren't the reasons why they are unhappy and unhealthy. It is because they don't know the true meaning of life and have no idea how to live it. Her child didn't experience playing in the sun, unlike the family of the accused man, whose child looked much more lively than the rich woman's child. If they tried to hang out with other people and get out of their house, their family would be like the accused man's family, a healthy and bright one. However, the rich woman didn't think of it as necessary because they had enough money to survive through another day and buy their necessities. But money isn't the only thing that we need to survive through the day. It is happiness and love that we share with our family and the other people around us. Sometimes, we tend to think that money solves all of our problems. But later on, we'll realize that we need something more important than money in our life. And that is the memories and bonds that we share with other people around us. Just like in this film, the family of the accused man is living a happy and healthy life even though they aren't wealthy compared to the rich man's family. For them, happiness is their wealth. What we see isn't everything. We shouldn't judge someone just because of what we see. We should always look at the bigger picture. We shouldn't build them for a petty reason. We shouldn't treat anyone based on their social status. We're all equal. In conclusion, this film tells us that money isn't the basis of happiness and stability in life, but rather our actions and attitude. Wealth, money, and power. These three are just temporary. Someday, they will disappear. We'll not be able to take them to our graves. But the memories and happiness that we felt in our lives will remain with us forever. There will be nothing equivalent to anything, not even a pile of money.